Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Warsword Conquest. And this time we're going to be doing a mini-series on the Halflings because, well, they've been underrepresented. You could say that they've had the short end of the stick. Yes. Yeah, I know. It could also be that they couldn't reach the bar, or, yeah, okay. Never mind, let us now continue and start a new game. We will be playing as the Halflings, as my terrible, terrible jokes have insinuated, and hopefully many of you have either face-palmed yourselves off your chair, or you have just laughed a lot about that. But anyway, let us now continue onward, because Halflings are... yes, are here. Who hates the Halflings? The Skaven, the Dark Elves, the Orcs, the Night Goblins, the Tomb Kings, and the Realm of Chaos. Everyone else is just like, yes, come on in. Bring the One Ring with you. Oh, that's another franchise. That is another franchise. You were born years ago in the tranquil heartlands of the Moot. Your father was... oh, well, I actually don't know. I think it would be a really nice idea if we had a huge amount of trade skill. And maybe we can be some sort of halfling trader that just runs around and trades all over the place. And then, when people least expect it, they just go boom! And they just absolutely destroy everyone by shooting them or doing something along those lines. Now, so that's the thing. What am I going to do? A dungeon adventurer? I don't actually know. I don't actually know what that gives you. I don't know what an innkeeper gives you either. I assume the innkeeper is probably going to give us trade skill. So I'm going to go with that. What does your main diet consist of? Because, of course, halflings. Ah, yes. Okay, well, what does it, actually? Stew and potatoes, cheese and sausages, beer and wine, red meat and gravy, fish and steamed vegetables, or stew... yeah, beer and wine? No. Okay, well, I suppose stew and potatoes? You spent your early life as a bard, a hound trainer, a fletcher, a cook, a member of the militia, or a scout. I feel like a cook would do well here. You worked in an extremely high-pressure environment under the rudest and most impatient head chef in the Moot. He would bellow red-faced commands and scream and shout if any dish was less than perfect or over a second late to the table. You worked yourself to the bone and cheered in delight when your time in the kitchen was finally over. But soon everything changed, and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. Okay, well, let's see. What would that... well, see, that's the thing. What am I actually going to do here? Lust for money and power, being forced out of your home. Maybe being forced out of your home would actually make sense here. Yeah, let's go with that. Why not? Okay, let's do it. Okay, so what are we getting here? Halfling feet, militia, okay. And halfling hat, as well as some grain. Now, we have 3 in trade skill, exactly what I wanted to have. We do have 2 in inventory management as well. That's actually still very, very good for a trader. And our combat skills aren't actually that bad. Our proficiencies are awful, don't get me wrong about that. But everything else does seem to be relatively good. Of course, this is reliant on charisma, so we are going to be improving charisma rather considerably here. But I still need pathfinding, and I would like to get at least 9 in intelligence so that we can get 3 in pathfinding, because we really want to be fast, don't we? We really want to be fast, and I think looting is probably going to be a pretty good thing to take as well. So... think we're going to go with that. We can only take 2 in that, unfortunately, because our agility is very low. But, well, I think that's okay. And our athletics is pretty good. We're going to go for some riding skill, because we do want to be able to ride something, but that's the thing. What can a halfling actually ride? I don't even know whether there are halfling unique mounts in this, but if there are, then that's going to be fantastic. If not, then, well, that's just how it's going to have to be. And we're going to go for some prisoner management too, because you never know. We might be able to take some... fellows prisoner. That would be rather nice. So, otherwise, I think I'm just going to go for some two-handed and some firearms. Not entirely sure if we're going to be able to get a gun, but it would be kind of cool if we could. It seems like a trader would have a gun, don't you think? Well, I don't know. But, now a name is going to be our next port of call. Alright, so I searched high and low. Very low, in actual fact, for this name, because... Pompa Watkins. Pompa Watkins. I don't know where it came from. It just reached out from the void, from a very low point in the void, and all the height jokes. Okay, well, let's continue onward, shall we? Pompa Watkins requires customization. Oh, yes. Okay, so we're going to have to go for something that looks relatively young here, because it seems like he's just left the kitchen. So we're going to go for something that looks relatively youthful in comparison to my usual thing, because usually I like to just go like, oh yes, he's going to be a very old man, and a very grumpy one at that. This seems actually to be quite good. Quite an innocent, naive-looking face. I think that's actually pretty good, and we're going to have to go for some short hair, I feel. And let's make the hair color a little darker here as well. Or shall we? Shall we go blonde? Yeah, let's go blonde. Why not? And he's going to be a little older, not too old. Maybe, I don't know, around 20 or something. Something along those lines, I guess. And I think that seems good. He seems a little bit worried because he's worried about his goods. He's worried about his goods being stolen by any kind of rogue or chaos zealot that comes out of nowhere. Yeah, because they are very much interested in your goods. Of course not. Okay, well, there we go. That seems fine to me. Now, this is the thing. I have no idea where to begin. Yeah, no idea where to begin at all. Maybe it would be a good idea to start in the Empire. So let's do that. Let's start in the Empire. Okay, so we don't start with anything. We're starting right next to some deserters, which is never a good sign. Never a good sign at all. And we have a falchion, which is actually pretty nice. That's not bad at all, if I do say so myself. And otherwise, we have some ale here, cabbages, grain, not much, but we do have a pretty large inventory, so that sounds good to me. Okay, so what are we going to be doing first? Well, it's a good idea to probably head down here, try and escape these bandits. They're going to be too slow, in my opinion. They're going to be much too slow for us, so we'll be able to very easily walk away from them. Okay, so now I have been told that there is a very lucrative way of getting cash as a trader in the Empire. Partially the reason why I decided to, well, choose the Empire a little bit here, because you can actually buy some very, very lucrative pieces of loot, technically. It's not really loot, but I mean items, yes. I want to buy some food and supplies. So, for example, you can buy some things from these people at the villages, and then you can go to the nearby town of Altdorf, I believe, and sell a bunch. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head into the marketplace. This is the thing, I've actually never, as far as I'm aware, I have never made a trading character in Warband, ever, in actual fact. Not entirely sure why, but there it is. Okay, so buying salt and selling it at Karak Kadrin would, would bring a profit of 140. Well, that's the thing. I would like to be able to make a lot more cash. So, I mean, I'm going to just head on to Middenheim. I believe that is a place that we want to go to as well. I'm going to try and check the villages on the way there, because you never know, you might be able to find some pretty nice things. We're also going to recruit, of course. We're going to recruit from any of the villages. Do you have any... No, I don't want to do any tasks, thank you very much. I would like to buy some food and supply. Ah, they have salt, but it is 303. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that in a million years. So, unfortunately, we will not be able to do that just yet. But, yes, let's just check Middenheim here as well. Okay, so we have some bandits over there. In the Empire, it seems as though bandits are rather plentiful, but they are relatively strong, which is kind of disappointing. But let's take a look here and see what good the items are here. Okay, so buying salt here and selling it at Putrid Stump. That's not going to work because they hate us. Yeah, okay, so buying wine here and selling it at Lashiek. Lashiek is all the way down in the south. Yes, it is. It's all the way down there. That is not worth it, in my opinion. But we're going to see if I can actually find a lucrative trade area. Because, well, obviously we are just going to be recruiting a bunch of units here. I'm going to try and get some trainer skill as well. And maybe we can actually consist our army primarily... Oh, no, I have no shield. Yes. Consist our army primarily of mercenary units. I think that would actually be quite cool. And maybe we can do that, because what I'm thinking is maybe we're going to just do some trading. We're going to try and get a good fortune going. And then we are going to try for a nice mercenary band. I think that would actually be pretty cool. Anyway, there's level 2, so hopefully we'll get something else. I'm actually unsure what we're going to get. What are we going to get? I don't even know. Agility is kind of pointless for us, in my opinion at least. But maybe some more charisma would help. I think some more charisma. Let's get another point in prisoner management, because you never know. We're probably going to be taking quite a few prisoners. I hope, at least. they are at least going to be pretty good to sell anyway. So let's buy some supplies here. Ah, okay, so salt is 303. That is very, very expensive. Ah, apparently that is not going to help us at all. But we can maybe head on to Talabheim. Talabheim? Yes, something like that. And hopefully not run into any unsavory individuals. Yes, thank goodness we didn't. Okay, so this will be the last time I assess prices, because I'm just gonna walk around then and see what's going on. Okay, so buying ale here is, yeah, this is just all terrible, isn't it? So I'm gonna try and see if I can go to some of the other towns here, like Blutdorf and Nuln and all those places, and we'll see if there's anything that I can take advantage of. And then if not, I'm gonna head over to Bretonnian territories and actually see if I can do something there. Alright, so I've been walking around a little bit, the Empire and Bretonnia. I found a couple of things that I could do. I took one piece of iron and I sold it at, I believe it was Marienburg, and that actually gave us a good amount of profit, about 200 coins. Not great, but that is going to mean that we can just continue our trading as time goes on. But obviously we have just now encountered a bunch of undead units, and we're gonna see if we can take them on. Of course, I have 21. I have 21 Empire recruits. Yeah, recruits. This is going to be pretty awful, I think. It's going to be pretty awful because these guys, they actually have undead horsemen and all kinds of things like that. So if we fail here, then, well, it's just going to be terrible, isn't it? But, well, we're going to try our best. I mean, hopefully they won't give us the short end of the stick, because that would just be terrible. Okay, hello there. Hello, undead unit. I'm going to try and kill you as quickly as possible. Again, because apparently, you know, undead and everything. Okay, so these guys, they actually do have some pretty decent armor, obviously, but obviously they don't really know what they're doing right now. I mean, they have the advantage of having cavalry, but still not able to really do much. Can I get on this horse? I can. Yes. Give me this tomb horse. Yes, exactly. Okay, so now I think... I think we might actually have the advantage. Are we going to have the advantage? I'm not entirely sure. Let's see if we can take out some of their archers, or at least damage them somewhat. Okay, come on. Yep. There we are. There we are. Okay, so if we can at least damage them a little bit, then our units will be able to take full advantage of that, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to get a victory here. There's level 4. Pomper Watkins is advancing himself. Yes. Very nice. Oh, yeah, there we go. Another kill as well. It's actually pretty hard to get a kill with a Faucian, I've got to say, but, well, that's just how it is. I mean, it's got a very short reach, hasn't it? But the damage it does is pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonable. It could only be better if we had a blunt weapon. If we had a blunt weapon, then that would have been amazing. But no, of course we weren't prepared for that. But as you can see, I have 629. Not bad. But now we're going to have even more. So we do have a sword here, which I think I might actually end up using, because the Faucian is 74 reach. This has 95. Pretty nice. Can I wear that helmet? No, I can't wear that helmet, of course not. So I think getting armor for our halfling friend here is going to be very difficult, but at least we have a shield now, and we do technically have a bow if we want to use one, but I don't think I am going to use one, so yes, there's that. Okay, thank you very much. There's 163 gold as well, so now, maybe, let's see. Okay, I think, wait, is Sylvania actually against us? I don't think so somehow. I think they're actually neutral. Yes, they are neutral, so it might actually be a really nice idea to go over there. That might be a good plan. So let's head on over there and see if we can sell some of our ill-gotten gains. Yes, ill-gotten gains, and maybe we'll be able to trade a little bit as well. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's a Sylvania patrol. Okay, we don't have to worry about them, thank goodness. Okay, so yes, we don't have to worry about these guys either. That is fantastic. And they, in turn, will actually protect us from any kind of rampaging bandits or something along those lines, hopefully. So let's head on into Drakenhof, and we're going to see if we can get some good profit going on here. Okay, so let's sell all of this. I'm going to sell the Faucian as well, because I feel like it's really not going to help us that much. 457, nice. Okay, so we might actually be able to get even more profit if we can afford a very large item that we can deliver or at least trade with someone else. Ah, buying hides here, and yeah, that's not any good actually. Okay, well, what about Waldenhof? I think we'll go to Waldenhof and we'll see if there's anything over there. Actually, wait a minute. I think a couple of my people actually want to level up. Let's get our spearmen. Oh, yes, they're actually already looking pretty fancy. From looking like peasants and farmers and everything, they now look like, well, pretty fancy fellows, so that's pretty good. Okay, we're going to head on over to Waldenhof here, and if I can't find anything here, then I might head into Kislev territory as well, even though that's a little bit more dangerous, because, well, obviously we know Chaos Trolls inhabit the area, as well as probably a couple of, what is it, Realm of Chaos vassals as well, but they do actually give us a small profit with hides here. We could buy literally one hide. Okay, we're going to take the one hide, and we're going to take that to Kislev, because we were going to go to Kislev anyway, so I think it's probably a good idea just to do that. And there's a forest goblin army right across the little stream here as well, which is, of course, going to run interference and be annoying, but that's just how it is. Okay, come on, deserters, go away from me, please. Ghosts! Ooh, they are ghost deserters. Okay, well, yes, please don't haunt me too much. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's head on over to this town here, just in case we run across anyone that wants to attack us. It would be a good idea to have a safe haven to stand by, at least. And we can also assess the local prices a little bit as well, because you never know, there might actually be something else that sells at Kislev for something pretty good, or not, as the case may be. It's going to take a bit of time unless you can find a really good trade route. Obviously, right now, my trade routes not doing too well, I gotta say. Not doing too well at all, but that's just how it is. When you first start off, you just really can't do too much. But we're gonna sell that for 360. I actually think that's exactly the same as what we paid for it, I think. But anyway, let's take a look here. Buying leatherwork here and selling it at Nuln will actually give us a pretty good amount. So there's leatherwork. Okay, I'm gonna buy... Ooh, I could actually buy quite a bit. I'm not going to buy the sturdy leatherwork. I'm just going to buy these two things because they are cheaper, and there's 362 gold. So that's hopefully going to result in some pretty nice gains there. We do have to head all the way down to Nuln, though. So yeah, I think this is actually what I'm going to be doing for maybe preparation of the next... Oh no. Preparation of the next episode, because... Well, I'd like to learn some of the trading routes. That would be kind of nice, so that we could actually... No! No, come on. Get away from them. Get away from the deserters. Oh, can we actually get away? Can we actually get away? Is this going to happen? Empire sharpshooters? Oh, no. Oh, that is not good. That is not good at all. Okay, so can we make it to Wolfenburg? Can we make it to Wolfenburg? If the frame spikes will allow us to. If the frame spikes will allow us to. Come on, we can make it. Yes, we made it. Okay. Phew, okay, and with that, wow, and with that, I am going to be ending this episode off here. Next time, I will have amassed a somewhat reasonable fortune by running around and trading things, and I will take a look and see if I can find some pretty good trade routes to let you guys know about. Maybe if you actually don't already know about any of the trade routes, then maybe it will be useful. But anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.